The thought of buying a brand new, never been lived in home is enticing for a lot of buyers, but what are the builders hiding from you? Today, we're gonna discuss the hidden dangers of new construction in San Diego.
And it's gonna start right now.
We're real estate agents here in San Diego, and we help buyers find their dream homes. And for some people, that is new construction. So these are some of the things that we want our clients and our subscribers to know.
Okay, the first one on our list of things to know about buying new construction here in San Diego is unknown timelines.
Yes.
So if you've ever bought a new construction home here in San Diego, a lot of times the builder will give you an estimated date of completion.
Keyword estimated.
Very estimated. Some of the bigger builders are pretty good at estimating these timelines, but some other ones not so much. So when they say it's going to be 3 to 4 months, sometimes it could be 5 or 6. So just make sure you have like a contingency plan just in case they did not finish your home on time, because sometimes it's only like a week or 10 days, but sometimes I've seen it as long as a month or 2 in delays, depending on weather. Sometimes weather gets in the way here. Not so much in San Diego, but if you buy a home during the winter time, we do get a lot of rain here, and that does slow things down here in San Diego quite a bit.
Yeah, you're also going to want to think about or just the danger in those unknown timelines means you may have to rent for a month or 2. You may have to put possessions into storage if your home isn't ready and you've already sold your other property. What about your kids, a delay in the school start for your kids? So definitely the timelines on new construction can get a little dicey.
Yeah, if we learn anything from people trying to buy and sell here, people hate moving twice. I think that's pretty much the one thing we get from most people. Is why people do like lease backs and that sort of thing.
Right.
Because trying to move all your earthly possessions to 2 different homes within a short amount of time is not the most fun thing in the world. So just keep that in mind.
Next on the list of dangers of new construction, I like how dangerous that sounds.
This is very dangerous video.
Very dangerous, are the hidden costs and future costs of new construction. So a lot of times you're gonna see new construction advertised as all-inclusive, everything's included. You go to the model home, it looks beautiful, you say, perfect, I'll take it. And then you find out about those hidden fees. Do you want what it comes with, which is usually carpet, right?
And everyone loves carpet these days.
Yeah. Instead of the beautiful luxury vinyl planks that you might have seen in the model. So that's going to be an upgrade. Those gorgeous tile backsplashes that you saw, any upgraded lighting.
The beautiful outdoor kitchen that a lot of these places, model homes will have sometimes.
That's going to be in addition to that sticker price.
Yeah, because even like she said, Lennar specifically is a big home builder here in San Diego. They always offer this all-inclusive, everything's included type model, which, like she said, doesn't include, it usually gives you base carpet. It does include appliances, which is kind of nice.
That is nice.
But they don't include anything in the backyards. Basically, they just give you a dirt backyard, so just keep that in mind when you're trying to budget. Like if it's listed at $1 million, just expect to spend, usually they say about 10% more than that to do other upgrades,
that's what I'm
even
saying,
all-inclusive.
the future costs.
Yes.
Future costs is gonna be once you're moved in, then you're gonna tackle that landscaping, which the home does not come with. So you've got to think about, do you want sod? Do you want some different type of concrete work? You know, concrete gets expensive. Any different kind of lighting, outdoor kitchen, like you said, water features. Those are the types of things that will be a future cost for you as the home buyer.
For sure, and I've actually seen some people buy the house as a base model, like they'll come with all carpet throughout the house, buy it like that, and then come in and bring their own people in and rip the brand new carpet out and put new hardwood floors down. Ends up being a little bit cheaper that way, but it's, you know, it's kind of wasteful as well. So, okay, next one on our list, dangers of new construction here in San Diego, is California-based thing, is Mello roofs. So we've talked about Mello roofs, I think, quite a bit on this channel.
Tax,
So almost not every single community here that is new in San Diego has Mello roofs. There's a couple like the Farm and Poway, Pacific Village and Ranch Bensky. Pretty much all the other ones have Mello roofs. So anything that was built, that had nothing built on it before, is what I'm told has a Mello roofs tax. And they can be substantial at times. So that's the one downside of buying new construction, is you do get an extra tax on your property taxes. It does go away eventually, but they can usually last anywhere from like 15 to 40 years, depending on the bond that is associated with that Mello roofs. The area that we live in, Torrey Highlands, the Mello roofs tax is about $550 per month. I think it expires in about 10 years. So for the next 10 years, I will be paying $550 extra on my property taxes.
And that could be a deal breaker for some people, you know? So you definitely have to think about that when you're looking at.
It also affects your loan approval. So if you're only approved for $1 million without Melrose tax, you might actually only be approved to like 950 with Melrose tax.
That's a
so
good,
so just keep that in
one to
mind.
add.
Make sure you talk to your lender ahead of time to make sure that they know that there's Melrose on the house that you're trying to buy.
That popped right into your head. You had to say it.
I just knew it.
He had to say it. Had to get it out.
Just full of great knowledge here, guys. You're welcome.
Something else that might be a deal breaker for you with your new construction is just the inability to negotiate on the price. Previously, you might have had a little bit.
2019, basically, you actually had the ability to negotiate some upgrades or maybe even a discount on the price. Usually, they were more willing to give upgrades because then it wouldn't affect the price on paper, at least.
Ha ha ha.
But
no longer.
The times have changed in the last 4 or 5 years. Basically, there's been a lottery system on a lot of these places, or a offer system on a lot of properties here, especially Lennar builds. Lennar loves to do the lottery. So they basically, anybody can apply as long as you're pre-approved, you get onto their system. And then I know the Trails over in Carmel Mountain Ranch is doing this right now. The Jasmines over there, their townhomes over there, there was 90 people trying to get 3 homes in the last lottery system. So if you were one of the lucky 3 that were able to receive one of those homes, good for you. Good for you. Yep. Great job. But now there's 87 more people trying to get the remaining homes there. I mean, they are going to have a lot more phases, but just keep in mind.
Yeah, they go quickly,
and
it goes phase by phase,
for
right?
Sure.
For what they've been able to build thus far. But that could have been its own little section, was just about the lotteries and the entire system of even getting in to the new construction. I mean, there are wait lists, and people are just stressing over even being invited to buy a home.
Right. I mean, they used to do the offer system, which basically you just put in your best offer and they would only contact you if you actually got it. But that was I felt it was a very unfair, terrible system. Yeah. The lottery system, I guess, is slightly more fair, but you just,
Some might call it a danger.
It is a danger. And I just feel like even that, I just don't think they do handle it exactly the way they say they handle it. That's just me guessing.
Yeah.
So.
Another danger in purchasing new construction would definitely be the delay in the amenities. You find a neighborhood that you really like, you go and you see the models, it's lovely. They tell you about the sparkling pool and the clubhouse and the tot lot and the bocce courts that they're going to have. Pickleball courts.
All the rage down here.
And you get your home and you move in, and then you're still waiting 6 months, a year. There are definitely delays in the construction of the surrounding areas on these brand new communities.
Yeah, we had a client buy up in Canopy Grove in Escondido, and they were one of the early phases in that project. And then they were promised an Olympic-sized pool, and they actually ended up moving within 2 years, and the pool was still not complete.
Still not complete. Yes. And I know right here, in Arlo here, that there were some delays also with the pool that they had. So people were already living, I believe, in most of the homes, and they still hadn't completed or opened the pool.
Yeah, these builders definitely are more worried about getting the houses built because that's where they're making the money. They're not actually making money off of the pools and that sort of thing. So that usually goes on the back burner a little bit. Yeah. They do get built eventually. Just know it might not be ready day one.
That's right.
Most likely won't be ready day one, for sure. One other danger about buying specifically in San Diego, especially with the big home builders here like Lennar, Shea, KB homes, these are the big ones that build here in San Diego, is the lack of character in these homes. I wouldn't say actually maybe I would say, they're cookie cutter.
A little bit cookie cutter, right.
Some builders have a little bit more design than others, but Lennar specifically is probably the most cookie cutter, would you say, at least in San Diego terms. Yeah. So if you're looking for homes that have a lot of character in it, you're probably not gonna be in luck with any of the new construction here in San Diego. Occasionally you find if you go on the outskirts or something, you find like a small builder that has a little bit more character to them, it's great. But if you're looking at the ones that build mostly in San Diego, out of the big ones, they're pretty plain. Pretty plain.
And I would say that you typically have about 3 options for the facade of the house. So you're going to have a limited color scheme. It's probably going to be a lot of the same materials. It's going to be stucco and possibly some siding. You don't see a ton of stone or brick, obviously. We're in Southern California, but
we wanted to have more craftsman style homes here in San Diego. I just feel like every time I watch a TV show and they're filled with craftsman styles, like up in Oregon or the Midwest or East Coast, I'm like, I love craftsman style houses.
Me too.
But they are few and far between here in San Diego.
That's right. It's a special find if you find one. I would also mention that along with the lack of character on some of the new construction, that's also immature landscaping, Any kind of tree growth, plant growth is going to be obviously.
I'm a big tree guy, so I like nice, tall, mature
it's
trees.
The minimum as opposed to moving into, a home in a more established neighborhood.
I grew up in Pennsylvania where the trees are huge and theirs,
right.
but
So new construction, you're going to have to wait a couple years before any of those trees even reach maturity. If
10
your
plus
neighborhood
years,
even
probably.
plants trees like that, a lot of the landscaping is really sparse. Another thing I've noticed about new construction, they're kind of doing away with like the longer driveway. The driveways are getting shorter. The front yards are getting smaller. The homes are being built
space between
closer to each other and closer to the road. And they also have shared motor courts, which is like a shared driveway.
It's like a courtyard
with
kind of.
where everybody's garage face each other. I hope I'm describing that. Maybe we throw a picture up of the shared motor court as well as the garage alleyways.
So the days of big lots with lots of room between the neighbors are probably coming toward an end here in San Diego.
Yeah.
And I've actually heard from KB Homes that they said they're not going to be building any more single family homes in San Diego.
Wow.
Only townhomes and attached homes, that sort of thing. So, I mean, space is at a premium here in San Diego. So everything's just getting a little tighter. So if you're looking for grand new construction, unless you're buying a plot of land somewhere,
right, and
you might
doing
be
a custom home. But they're getting creative with how they're really crunching the space.
Yeah, they're doing 3-story single family homes now, so just like going vertical instead of wide. So if you're into that,
single story is hard to find.
For sure.
One of the last things I was going to mention about the dangers of new construction, and we sort of touched on it before, but just the constant construction, the actual ongoing construction. If you are someone that got in and you bought in one of the first phases in a new neighborhood, just imagine all the construction that will be ongoing until your entire community is finished. They're building more homes, they're laying more pavement and concrete, there's dust, there's noise, there's construction
There's nails on the ground,
there's
probably.
nails popping tires. It could drive you a little crazy.
A little bit. I would say the one benefit of getting in early on new construction is the price is usually lower. So that's kind of the one benefit of getting in on the early phases.
Yes.
I have my mother-in-law is moving close by. Super excited.
Yes.
And she is moving into the Junipers and Rancho Penasquitas. So she's got in the very, very first phase of the single family homes there. But she's going to have to go through a little bit of growing pains there. They're building the community center like a block away from where the house is. All the houses are going to be built there, and they're supposed to be building there for the next 2 years. So you are going to go through a little bit of a growing pains, but the good part is you usually get it on the lower end of the price.
Yeah, and you got your home.
Okay, so those are our dangers of buying new constructions specifically in San Diego, because they can vary depending on what city you're in. Hopefully you guys found it helpful, and if you ever have questions about new construction community here in San Diego, happy to help you out. And if this is your first time to our channel,
please subscribe and click like. Did I get that?
Yes.
Great.
And if you're ever looking to buy or sell here, we'd love to help you out.
That's right.
Thanks for watching, and catch us next time.
Bye.